ciencia.
Nella ciencia.
I can't hear myself at all. So if I sound weird, y'all gonna have to let me know I'm sounding weird, because the little rubber part to my earplugs is gone. I don't know what I did with it. But I'm gonna buy some new earplugs, some professional ones. I mean, not earplugs, earbuds and everything like that. So there's that. So I know I'm a little early. I know some of y'all are used to me doing something like at 9:30 or 10 or something like that. But I got some stuff to do later on today. Got some good news also. So there's that. So hold on a second. Let me see. So we're going to probably have a light crowd today, which is fine. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, so what's up, Morgan? What's up, Glam, Olivia? I already talked to that shizzle earlier today. Looks like nobody's in Kick. So I guess we can go ahead and get started, because I don't want to like do a bunch of yippee yapper. You know, can you believe I had no idea? Like when people said, oh, someone went viral on Threads. Did you know I had no idea what they was talking about until today? I did not know what the hell Threads was. Are any of you all active on this site? I was like, what the hell? I don't know. it's not that I asked what the hell is Threads. I guess I just didn't care. And people would say, "Oh, this person's going viral on Threads. Oh, I saw you on Threads. Oh, Threads did thread." And I'm like, okay. I'm like not even asking, "Oh, what's Threads?" I just didn't even care. No one. Oh my God, no one uses Threads. Well, why they keep talking about it anyway? People kept talking about how Liz is going viral on Threads, and I always as a okay, I got it. So they were saying Liz went viral on Threads, so I went to go look it up, and this is what I came. This is what came up. The Wizard Liz, and we're gonna watch Sean's video on her and Brittany's video on her too. So I told you these are two. I don't even know these ladies. Like the Indian lady, I didn't even know who she was. I don't even know who this Wizard Liz is. And so I just how many? I only found one DeWitt. So did she do more than one? Because I only did one. I only found one of her, and the only reason I found that one is because she did that with some other lady, the Indian lady. So I got that already in the queue. So we're gonna look at both of them. We're gonna look at Sean's and we're gonna look at Brittany's. And I had no idea, none about this chick. And I think in my defense, not that I need to defend myself why I don't know this woman. It's just that I don't gravitate to certain women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess I can see through fakeness. And these two women are just and also they're not I think they pretend to be alpha, but they're not. And I don't gravitate to these type of women. So they're not like in my radar. You know what I'm saying? For example, like I always love what is her first name? Her last name is Bay. Her first name, hold on, let me see if I can find what her first name is, y'all. Hold on a second. Cause I'm subscribed to her. I've been subscribed to her for like 8 going years. But I don't watch her content as much anymore. Hold on, let me find out for you guys what her name is. Oh, is that how they do my subscription list? They don't even just give me the list of people that I'm subscribed to. What? Can I just get the people I'm subscribed to? Let's list it down here. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm about to tell it to y'all in a minute. Oh yeah, I am subscribed to Young Ripper. I haven't seen him in a while. Dude, I hate the way YouTube has it where I can't even look. They don't even list the people I'm subscribed to. They just give me all the videos that the people are, and she don't even really upload anymore like she used to. So, damn. Here we go. Anna Bay. Damn, it took forever. She uploaded 2 weeks ago. I adore Anna Bay, right? That's my girl. And I don't that's what I said. So it's a certain type of women I will gravitate to, and there's something I don't. So if I didn't know these girls existed, I'm like, wow. So I can't wait to look at the expose on them. But we're gonna read this thread, and then we're gonna look at Sean's video, then we're gonna look at Brittany's video, then we're gonna look at one of her videos, the Wizard Liz itself. I think Brittany only has one video. Okay, so I got that already. Ding, thanks. Okay, cool. I was wondering, did she do another one? The Wizard Liz feel like a scammer to me, like a meme coin scammer, but for femme confidence. She is so fake, dude. I watched some of her content. I'm like, this woman now don't even believe what she's saying. She's cosplaying. And that's another reason why I probably don't even watch her stuff. And I'm surprised so many women flock to that. Okay, so here we go. Somebody named Self Care Frequency. Wizard Liz is not the ultimate example to follow, and that's okay. All the creators making videos after videos, rewording the same takeaway to hype her up, are mostly doing it to capitalize on this situation. Her fans obsessively repeating how brave and strong she is to leave at the first red flag is given brainwashed because it's simply false. I don't know what this last paragraph means, but okay. The Wizard Liz was able to walk away from Landon at the first sign of disrespect because she's a financially independent woman. Otherwise, she would have been stuck like many women who want to leave but can't afford to. Okay, this is BS. A lot of women can leave and they are not financially bound to some damn man. As a matter of fact, there's some times when a man is bound to them financially. It's just that they have low self-esteem to the point where they won't leave. That's all that is. So I disagree with this. I mean, look at the two women we talked about. The one TikToker who got her face constantly bashed in and refused to call the police. She made more money than the guy did. She didn't leave. What was her name? She made these long ass videos, 2-hour videos. Oh God, I can't even remember all these chicks. But anyway, she was financially satisfied. She was financially successful without this guy, and she stayed with them through the physical and the verbal and the emotional torture. So I'm like, I don't know what this woman is talking about. I think she's just projecting. Yeah, Kayla, that's who that is. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So I'm just saying, like, y'all, this right here, don't listen to nobody like this. She don't know what she's talking about. Wait, who the F is that on Landon's story? He's posting this after Wizard Liz announced a breakup, that she was pregnant, while he cheated. The effing audacity. What? Did we miss some lore? Oh man, I don't even know what this guy's Instagram is to go check it out or not. Oh, let me see what they're saying underneath there. Gosh, like the 100th post about these two today. My feed is cooked. Threads, I'm not interested. I think it's Liz. Men play victim cards. Okay, so that's Liz. All right, got it. The Wizard Liz situation teaches you to always date within your league. If you're gonna date under your league, you better be ready. Not even trying to exaggerate, but the whole Wiz Liz situation is exactly why Islam said don't have kids outside of marriage. Y'all call it outdated. We call it structure. Wait a minute. Islam is not the only one that says that. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I see why nobody goes on Threads. It's full of tards. Boom, headshot. It's full of tards. What? See, this is what Islam said. You did not have babies outside of marriages. Half of all the religions say that. Woo! Okay, let's hope this next one is better. Okay, if it's not, I'm sorry. If I read one more tard message, I'm done. I'm out. Okay, here we go. Cross his fingers. Cross his fingers. Men will never understand this, but I've been crying on and off since I read what happened. Oh God! All right, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the last. This is going to be the last post. You crying over some random chick you don't know? Oh, Lord. Ah, here we go. But I've been crying on and off since I read what happened with the wizard Liz, especially knowing she's 4 months pregnant and can't even have an abortion. Oh, she can have an abortion. She can have an abortion up until 5 months. The fact alone makes me feel physically sick. Sick. She used to be proudly child free. Yeah, if she was proudly child free, why did she open her legs to a daggone Dusty? She didn't even want kids. No, I don't believe that. I believe she wanted kids. I do. She looks like the type that wants kids. Okay? She just wanted to have kids and save face by basically being pretend married. Let's not forget she was not legally married, but she told everybody she was married. Okay, but she didn't even want kids, but she changed that for him because she loved him, because she trusted him, because she felt safe and believed he loved her back. That's the part that absolutely destroyed me. Okay. Okay, guys. Chat, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No wonder I didn't know what Threads is. It's for the tards. Threads are for people whose mother kept drinking and smoking during their pregnancy. These people got alcohol. What do you call it? Fetal syndrome. What is that thing called? Where your mother kept drinking while she was pregnant with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. All right. Where's Sean? Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Here goes Sean. Sean video, and then we're gonna look at Brittany's video, and then we're gonna look at this video from this chick talking about don't sit with Vince. Don't sit with Vince. I cannot believe I didn't know who the hell this chick is. All right, so let me get an understanding, and you all go ahead and learn also. Here we go.
In this video, I will tell you guys how powerful women are and how much women have forgotten their power. I don't believe men were supposed to be in power. I believe women were meant to lead and men were meant to protect them. Before you argue with me and say, no, that's not true. Well, we have gone years and years with men leading and it clearly is not working. Something needs to change. Because at the end of the day, men are like children.
Well, that escalated quickly. We went from teaching women about their power to men are incompetent children who are destroying the world. I mean, there are so many nuances that describe why things go well and why things don't, that it just seems like we're missing a lot of information here. Now, she did start the video with this disclaimer where she says hashtag not all men, but pro tip, if you have to write this kind of disclaimer, then you probably screwed up during the video, because I certainly don't feel like you're just talking about men who keep attacking women.
Sean sounds so funny fast. Maybe I should put it back normal. But it's 36 minutes though. It's a 36-minute video. Thank you. That's what it is, Magda. Fetal alcohol syndrome. Thank you. That's the word. Those are the words I'm looking for. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry. Kim said it. Oh, I'm sorry. Morgan said it. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Magda. Thank you, guys. That's what I meant. Fetal alcohol syndrome. Thank you so much. Is anybody else saying that I don't want to I don't ever want y'all to feel out of place. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. This video is directed at men that keep attacking women online. This does not apply to all men. If you feel attacked, then yes, this applies to you.
Women online, when you suggest that men in general are incompetent leaders and should be replaced by women. To be honest, it seems like the exact kind of rhetoric that you're complaining about. However, it's flipped. But let's start with why men are children.
I'm in a long-term relationship and I can literally say men are like children. they are like a child. So a woman puts a lot of energy into like communicating with a man, into like even telling him how to sit, how to dress, what to do.
What? You have to teach your man how to sit, how to dress? Who's she married to? I don't have to teach my husband how to sit, how to dress, how to eat. He's very self-sufficient. If you have a man that you have to teach how to, the basic etiquette of being a human being or civilized human being, then that's on you, girl. You married the child, a man-child. Okay? So that's on you.
Like having like a child. And so I hear a lot of men say when they have a child with a woman that they basically leave because they get jealous of the attention that the child gets. And they basically say like, I don't get that attention anymore, so I don't want to be in this relationship anymore.
What? I listen to bad arguments all day, and this is certainly one of the most nonsensical that I've ever heard. Men are like children and therefore bad leaders because they don't sit a certain way and you don't like the clothes they wear. I don't see how this is not dismissive of all the things that men do to keep society running because you think their color coordination between their t-shirts and jeans is incorrect.
This is a pretty picture. Makes me almost like fall, but I don't. I love spring and summer, baby. I don't like fall or winter. Well, I can deal with fall. It depends on how cold it's going to get. But anyway.
Also, has anyone ever heard of the relationship where the guy's like, you're too good of a mom, so I'm leaving you? Wanting constant attention is typically a female thing, so either she is projecting or describing the problem incorrectly, and what they're actually talking about is not getting enough sexual attention after a child is born. Let's continue.
Even women from a young age, they are taught to be self-sufficient. So women are learned to cook. They teach us how to clean. Anything women really, they can do on their own.
Not in America, they aren't. Most people in America have the cooking knowledge of Pokimane.
Should I use
that is so true. And y'all know I've been telling y'all, hold on. I gotta agree. Y'all know I've been telling y'all, learn how to cook. I tell you this because cooking is powerful. It's a power play. And I told you all that, I don't do the whole cleaning thing. Okay. We have a maid service. But I don't play with the kitchen. I don't let his mama be in there. I don't let nothing, because the cooking is where I make sure that his palate is used to my food, right? That he loves so much. Because it's an ego thing, but it's also a power thing, you know what I'm saying? Where you're activating all the senses. And because cooking seems to be like an outdated concept for a lot of Generation Z and younger millennials, because you got Uber Eats, you got all these delivery places that are coming to bring you your food, which is so unhealthy. Eating a lot of she's dating a man for who's dating a man from Threads? So like you just don't understand, like there's power in cooking, okay? So it's like there's so many, I could tell you there's so many men who are like, I can't leave. This food is so good, and it does keep them healthy. So I don't know. That's one thing I don't play with is the cooking, okay? So like the washing the clothes, doing the chores, all that other stuff. Nah, don't mess with the kitchen.
My hands? Wait, so it actually means use hands? Because the box says mix and blend by hand until there are no large clumps.
If people knew how to cook in America, then they wouldn't eat the disgusting crap that you see on TikTok fat acceptance videos. Now, apparently, Liz grew up in Belgium, so it might be a little bit different there, but it's certainly not the case with her English-speaking audience.
Oh, she's not from America? Maybe that explains why her stupid ass calls herself the Wizard.
So anyway, this is the Wizard Liz, a self-help content creator who seemingly came out of nowhere over the past year and all of a sudden started hitting views in the millions on almost every video. Most of her YouTube content is really just non-offensive advice for women, but every so often she'll throw out a video like this that is heavily lacking in nuance and makes men in general look like trash when she's really just talking about a specific group of men who are abusive losers. Not to say that I wasn't ever guilty of this when I was a newer content creator, but I'm just getting tired of all the no nuance takes that only feed the side of the argument that matches whatever team you're on. All this does is
Well, I mean, Sean, we should not date no broke guys. I mean, come on now. Unless you are unless you are a Barbara the Builder or PayPal Peggy, okay, they should date broke guys. Okay, so I mean, I hope no woman from my community date no brokey.
make everyone hate each other. Liz is on Team Women, so how she biases her opinions is going to be obvious.
Anything women really, they can do on their own. A man really only adds value into their life. But statistics have shown that men cannot live without a woman and are more likely to take their own life when they do not have a partner. Meanwhile, a woman is more likely to succeed without a man. Because at the end of the day, men are like children.
For one, source citation needed on both of those claims. This is a pre-recorded video and not a live stream, so you can easily put your source on screen. Second, let's go back to this disclaimer from the start of the video. I don't see how any part of the previous clip was not incredibly demeaning to men in general, and because most people don't read the stuff you put on screen and this group was never specified during the video, it seems like this disclaimer was an afterthought as some sort of PR thing. And even then, it still sounds angry because it's in all caps and it says, if you feel attacked, then yes, this applies to you. 4 exclamation points. Are there any self-respecting men who don't feel attacked by that previous clip? Now let's be specific because Liz loves to use very loosely defined ideas in her videos, but after watching all 31 of her YouTube videos, I'm pretty sure that in that disclaimer, she's talking about Andrew Tate and Fresh and Fit followers. So being that in this video, her sentiment is men weak, women strong, how is she not just the reverse of those characters? Third, there are so many things wrong with that last clip, but let's talk about 2 of them.
Anything women really, they can do on their own.
Maybe it's just ignorance of how things work in society, but I love how all these women forget that men are the reason that you have electricity, water, and gas. They are the ones who deliver the food to the grocery store. They built that building that you're filming in. If you cannot survive without those things, then you cannot survive without men. Also, this thing she says here from the first clip of my video.
I don't believe men were supposed to be in power. I believe women were meant to lead and men were meant to protect them.
So then you are saying that you can't survive without a man, while also saying that women get to make all of the choices, while men have to...
Okay, so hold on, I got to interject here because I always hate this thing about men are here to protect us. Okay, now you're always going to have men leaders because you have so many insecure women out there, and this is why this is my purpose, is to basically help build your self-esteem. I just uploaded an article I wrote in reference to self-confidence and self-esteem because it's lacking when I see a lot of things that girls put themselves through, and a lot of women basically dealing with Dusties, and here's the wizard Liz. She's over here pro-woman, this, that, and the other. She don't even really believe what she's saying, nor does she live the life that she's living. I mean, she doesn't even live by her own teachings. That's what I want to say. Now, as far as men are concerned, men are easily corrupt. Men have most men, on a huge majority, lack dingling discipline. And this is the reason why they can be everything they build can be crushed easily, okay, with some kind of scandal. However, I do believe it takes 2 to lead, because I don't ever want women to negate or put aside leadership. I mean, put leadership before raising children if that's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to be mothers, I think that's more important, because that in itself is a leadership position. You don't necessarily have to be president. You don't necessarily, and not only that though, but let's look at like the 2 women that have been running for president have been 2 awful women. 2 women that would have turned this country into until a shithole, right? I would have hated for Kamala Harris to have been one president. I would have hated for Hillary Clinton to have been president. These are 2 awful women. So I disagree with the whole thing of, oh, women make better leaders than that. You can't even prove, oh my God, I just realized this. She doesn't even prove that theory. Look at what the hell she did. According to her fans, she didn't want no kids yet, and still she had kids. She had her first baby. She's going to have her first baby out of wedlock. She literally lied to her female fans about being married to this guy. She doesn't make a good leader, does she? But doesn't protection entails leadership? Doesn't protection entails leadership. How? I think they're two different things. Most women unfortunately focus on changing or morphing to obtain and keep a man. How many men make videos focused on doing that to try to get and maintain a relationship? I agree with that. That's the reason why I'm like. That's the reason why I'm like, no. When a woman can stand 10 toes down and with her entire chest and say, hey, this is how it's going to be. Listen, Cardi B, look at Cardi B talking all that. Get the dun 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 with this wet ass tushy. And then this wet ass tushy. And here she is. Okay, you can see your kids at the hotel. I don't want to see them at the hotel. Okay, you can see them at my mom's house. I don't want to go to your mom's house. Okay, you can see them at my house. Okay, can I come into your bedroom? I was just like, why are you making accommodation? Why are you making accommodation for this guy? Like, you paid all this money and you married a man with three baby mamas, 3 kids. You thought you was a special one? I'm like, dude, where are all the boss bees at? Where they at? I don't see them. And then hold on. And then I'm not a fan of Megan Thee Stallion. I think her name is stupid. But even she, I thought she was like about that life. She a pick me too. She a pick me too. And it's like the only person who doesn't seem like a pick me is Nicki Minaj. She's the only one. Now, granted, she done married a PDF file. But the PDF file is a submissive PDF file, so I guess she ain't good in choosing no husband. But she ain't picked no husband that's gonna rip her off, beat her ass, and cheat on her. That's for sure. But I'm telling you, I've never seen Nicki Minaj in a subservient pick-me Barbara the Builder position. I've never seen that. I'm not even a fan of hers, and I'm like, I don't see it. Okay, and a part of me wanna no, she's not it either. I don't see. Hold on. See, I'm still on the fence about Doja Cat because I'm like, Doja Cat like goes after a
pick me nose, pick me nose, pick me nose, pick me nose.
Art. Hush up! Thank you for being a member for 7 months, though. Doja Cat, I never seen her go crazy over no man, and I never seen her do something silly for a man, right? But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like these girls, so until you basically can defend who you are as a woman, no, you would make a terrible leader. Okay, you would make an absolutely terrible leader.
Protect and bear all the responsibility of those choices, even if those choices are terrible. Seems like a plan for a flourishing society because removing leaders from responsibility never causes abuse of power. Now let's get to the second part of that original statement.
Meanwhile, a woman is more likely to succeed without a man.
Again, source citation needed. But more successful how? Financially? Maybe that's true, but there are many different ways to determine success, and material items aren't the only thing that make you successful. Personally, I would say that at least half of all women don't consider themselves successful unless they are married with kids, which is something that they cannot do without a man. Though even by her own standards, Liz would not be financially successful or famous without a man. In a different video, Liz says that her career and her source of income is social media.
If I did not experience those things, I would not be where I am today because my career is literally based on giving advice based on my circumstances, based on what I went through.
However, that success would not have been possible if a boyfriend of hers didn't fly her out to America to be around other social media types.
Oh, is that her backstory? So she was, wait a minute. So is her boyfriend a passport bro or a sugar daddy or what? She got hooked up with a sugar daddy or something? It was, Oh, she got flew out. Okay. Okay.
Okay, in this video, I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why your life might not be changing. It might be your environment. Okay, in the beginning, when I was starting my social media journey, when I was starting off, if you look at the country where I grew up, we don't even have big artists. Like, it's not a thing, right? We don't have big YouTubers. We don't have it. I felt really suffocated in that country because I wanted something really big. Like, I wanted it. You can date someone that is from the country that you want to live in, which is what I did. Like, I literally met my partner. He was living in this country, and he was like, Liz, I want to get to know you better. Let's move you here, you know, and that's what I did.
She got flued out to help her career, and she's going to go on about how women don't need men.
Somebody said flew out in the daggone chat, and that's exactly what he said happened. She got flued out. You must have seen this video already, Bluebell. Is that why you knew? Is it? Yes, she met him online. You did, Bluebell. Is that why you knew he was gonna say flew out? Cause you've seen this video before. Oh no, you didn't. Well, good on you, cause that's exactly what happened.
Also this.
I had this one friend who was a big influencer. I had this friend of mine, and he basically said to me, so he became a millionaire at a very young age, right?
Would she be such a success without the help of those two successful men? So it sounds like her arguments from the original video are a lot more emotional than they are well thought out, which means there's probably something that triggered her.
A lot of women have forgotten their power. A lot of women have forgotten who they are. And to be honest, I'm quite sick and tired of it. I'm quite sick and tired of seeing women being manipulated and put against each other.
Okay, she's projecting here. She's projecting. Because who gave up their power? Okay. You had a baby by a man that you wasn't even married to, and you pretend. Guys, I just want you to understand, out of everything that happened with the Wizard Liz, you want to know what really hit me was you and this guy pretended to get married. You decided together to lie to your audience and say, I's married now. The ring was real, but you never legally bond with this guy. You never made it legal. And that lets me know that you realized that you was making a mistake, and the part of you was like, nah, we ain't getting married. Let's pretend. And ladies, let me tell you something. Anytime you got to pretend to be married to a man to save face, you know damn well that man is not meant to be yours, and you're not meant to be his. Like, out of all the stuff they did, pretending to be married, and then you got a baby, then you got pregnant. You got pregnant in the process. You got baby trapped by some clown who was digging on you while he was with another woman. Oh, what they say, ladies? What did they say? You lose them how you got them. You lose them how you got them. You started hooking up with this man while he was with another woman. He dumped him and started telling you that he loved you within 72 hours. Was it 72 hours or 48 hours? I think it was 72 hours. He told you he loved you within 72 hours, and you like, I know you. I'm so good to be loved. Oh, it's 36 hours? Oh man, I'm so off. 36 hours. He told you he loved you in 36 hours. The hell? What in the hell? Woo!
And everyone just acting like this is the normal way. So you see, someone has to come out and someone has to say something. Someone has to save the women. And someone has to stop this war that is going on women.
She then goes on to blame men for women being catty and doing abusive things to each other, followed by her standing up as a savior of women, to which is kind of against a piece of advice that she says a lot in her videos.
Because your life is literally in your hands and in your hands only. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody will save you. Not your mom, not your spouse, not your children. Nobody will. Someone has to save the women.
Not to say that she provides bad advice. Actually, outside of this video, one of Liz's redeeming qualities is that she throws out a lot of very accurate self-improvement material.
Because that's how you become confident in what you're doing, and that's how you become confident in yourself. You do uncomfortable things until they get comfortable. Mom used to tell me, Liz, the friends you have is who you are. But imagine being able to choose your friends, to choose what you look at, to choose what you listen to, and then choosing the toxic one. Realize that you have the power to change things. Try something new for the next 30 days and stick to it. I do not care how small this thing is, whatever it is.
She doesn't believe this, though. She doesn't believe this. She ain't selling this to me. Okay? She is not selling it to me. I don't believe she believes this. Okay? For example, when you look at Shira, like I said, I'm more subscribed to her Ashura Goddess, Star Goddess channel than her Shira 7 channel, because I'm into the woo-woo metaphysical stuff like that. I'm into all of that she's into, right? When Shira talk, you can tell she's speaking from experience. Personal experience. Personal. And it's like you either do it or you don't. Now, my only problem with her is her damn love for Kanye West and caping for that man. And also she tends to give a lot of chances to the pick-me's. Cause I wouldn't be this nice to. She is so tolerant with these pick-me's, dude. I just can't do it. This chick right here, the Wizard Liz, she's not. I don't see her believing what she's saying. It's like she's repeating something she saw on YouTube or read in a book or whatever. I just don't feel that she believes this.
If you stick to it for 30 days, you will actually prove to yourself that you can be consistent on something.
This is all correct. She clearly has listened to a lot of Jordan Peterson, and she's presenting the advice in a way that women are more willing to listen to, as opposed to how Jordan Peterson would present it, which is more male-centered, so her advice has its utility. However, a lot of times she says stuff like this, which can actually be terrible advice.
This is an unpopular opinion, and people are probably gonna be like, oh, what are you saying? This is really not good. Selfish people win at the end of the day.
Now, I will say that videos like this are great for someone who is...
I agree! Wait a minute, Sean. Oh no, I agree with that. No. I hold on. I agree with that. Wait, what she say? I agree. She finally said something. I'm like, okay, true.
Selfish people win at the end of the day.
Now, I will say that videos like this are great for someone who is specifically in Liz's situation. Liz grew up with a very emotionally and physically abusive father, which led her to being a doormat in her personal relationships.
Oh, so she is a doormat. Oh, so she's always looking for so she's looking for male approval. Okay, so now I'm beginning to understand why I'm like why I'm not gravitating to this chick, and two, why it appears to me she doesn't believe what she's saying. Maybe Liz is trying to absolutely, Mars. Yeah, she's trying to convince herself of these things, cause she ain't convincing me. I'm like, okay, hold on, let me rewind that part.
At the end of the day.
Now, I will say that videos like this are great for someone who is specifically in Liz's situation. Liz grew up with a very emotionally and physically abusive father, which led her to being a doormat in her personal relationships. Telling someone whose baseline is being super agreeable to be more selfish and think about themselves first before anyone else is perfect. However, for someone who is naturally very disagreeable and a narcissist, this is terrible advice and will actually lead them down a path of sociopathy and will cause them to treat others like crap. So as much as she provides good advice, she also provides really terrible advice that can harm people in the long term. Here's another example of that.
In what way will you elevate me? If there is no way that this person will either elevate me, will make me smarter, will make me happier, whatever,
What the hell? I don't need nobody else to make me smarter or happier. I'm already happy. If you're looking at somebody to make you happier, then you're not happy. What I don't need is somebody to bring pain into my life, bring chaos into my life. Now, my husband is much smarter than me. Okay, and I consider that a challenge. So I like to learn from him. I make my own self smarter. What are you talking about? I don't need no man that's going to make me happier. I make myself happy. And he adds to the happiness.
I do not start a friendship or relationship with that person because I do not benefit from it. And you might say, no, that's such a selfish way of thinking. Yeah, okay, and let me be selfish. This is my life. I want to make the best of my life. If you're valuable to me, if what you're gonna give me is valuable, then yes, I'll give you most of my time and I'll give you lots of love as well. But if you're not, then no.
What? Give you lots of love. What'd she say? Did she say the L word yet? Yes, I'll give you most of my time. I'm not, what? Give you most of my time? What?
The best of my life. If you're
valuable to me, okay?
Valuable to me, if what you're
going to give me is valuable, then
gonna give me is valuable, then yes, I'll give you.
Then yes, I'll give you most of my time, and I'll give you
most of my time, and I'll give you lots of love as well.
What? My love is not for sale, girl. My love is not, and neither is my time. Now, listen, ain't nobody got more of a, y'all know I can be bought, right? But let me tell you something. My time, and that's the reason why I'm not on TikTok. That's why I'm not on Twitter often. Because I'm like, you know what? My time is valuable. I was going to get into hold on. True story, chat. True story. I was about to get into a fight with a trans person, right? But then I decided not to because I said, this is the type of fight that's going to last several hours. And do I have the time to devote to a political fight on Twitter, or do I have other things to do? And also, is this person worth my time, which is very, very valuable? And that's when I realized, oh, no, I'm gone. I'm out. Pune, I'm out. So, also, my love is not for sale. My love? No.
But if you're not, then no. It's precious to me. Don't waste my time.
Wow, that is super transactional and sociopathic. Yeah, it might make you rich, but it will also turn you into a total asshole over time.
You know, the people that we're friends with are not people because they just make our life like net positive. Right? That's not what friendship is.
This advice from Liz just gives me the impression that Liz only sees how she can exploit a person, and people who view the world like that tend to be very unhappy. Enjoying each other's time and not being abusive should be the only baseline requirements for a friendship. In Liz's case, I'm not entirely sure that the extent that she is selfish is healthy, or if it's just an overcorrection for her past, because she often comes off as very narcissistic and not in touch with reality.
And then I was thinking to myself, why is it that everyone is always obsessed with me? Basically, when I was a student, I used to work in this restaurant.
Why are you obsessed with me? Whoa, gotta know. Okay, I don't see narcissistic tendencies, but then again, I'm new to her, so I'm going to trust Sean's. I'm going to trust his analysis of this chick because I am new to her. So as of right now, I don't see narcissistic. I do see someone who's insecure and has low self-esteem, regardless of the plastic surgery, regardless of the beautiful clothes, okay, regardless of the nice makeup, regardless of all of that. I don't see someone who thinks highly of herself. Okay, so that's why I'm like, I just see someone who has a little self-hatred going on.
And I always had like customers coming there. I worked behind the bar. And it was so insane. Like, I had women that came up to me and were like, my husband finds you mesmerizing. I just have to tell you. And I would have people constantly come up like, whoa. And people would even ask my boss, like, can she?
What? I don't believe that. Why would some random woman come up to you and say, my husband find you mesmerizing? First of all, why would your husband be that comfortable telling you something like that? I don't believe that. Okay? Listen, hold on. I wish my husband would be checking out the bartender talking about something. Ooh, she's so mesmerizing. Holy smoke, she's so awesome. She's so oh, she's so great. Like, I wish he would disrespect me like that. Okay? So you mean to tell me some random woman walked up to you to tell you how her husband, right, unless they're swingers, or unless she's trying to use that as a pickup line because she's digging on her, why would some heterosexual non-swinging woman say something like that? I'm gonna say, yeah, you making this up. Okay, you're making this up. All right. Yeah. I don't believe this is true.
She served me, and then they were like, no, she only works behind the bar. But they were like, whoa, like, she's amazing. Like, she's so mesmerizing. So first things first. I think why everyone is obsessed with me is my energy.
I don't believe it. I don't believe her. I don't believe this story. Hold on. Let me say this. Where you say she's from Belgium? Okay. Listen, if you guys go over to the east side of Europe, and I don't know if it's just the genetics or whatever, the women there are absolutely gorgeous. Do you know how many of these type of women you're going to see over there? What makes her damn different? Denmark, Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, Chechnya, I might not pronounce that correctly, Czech Republic, Hungary. I'm like, I rarely see ugly Eastern European women. Except if they're old, okay? Because they don't age well. They don't age well at all. But what makes you she said it's her energy tree. I'm just saying, like, girl, give me a break. There are better women looking like you, and I don't even think they get looked at for their energy. Now, the reason why you probably stand out over here is, and I'm just being honest, like, there's a content creator I like. I'm sure you guys have met, y'all know about her because she's pretty controversial. Liz Schmidt. Press 1 if you know who I'm talking about. Liz Schmidt. That girl catch a lot of hell, but now that's a woman who believes everything she's saying. Okay? Skinny is the new black. Skinny is this. Skinny is that. And I don't deal with the skinny stuff, okay? Cause honey, please, no, that ain't me. The whole skinny stuff. I'm not trying to look like anorexic, but I'm just saying I like her mentality, cause she believes it. She lives it. Okay, and she don't care how much you hate on her. Okay, Glam know who I'm talking about. No matter how much you hate on her, she's still gonna talk about her skinny thing. Skinny is this and skinny is that. It's skinny. So she just comical to me, right? But I'm like, but my thing is that the reason why Liz Schmidt is so popular is because of the fact that skinny is rare in America. For every skinny girl you see, there's about 25 overweight women. So she's going to stand out in America, okay? Not in her country, because the way she looks in her, and I'm only talking about Eastern Europe, okay? I'm not talking about France and and Germany and Holland. I'm not talking about no places. I'm talking about something about the Eastern women on the east side of Europe. They just look great. So I'm not talking about that. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, like you are nothing in your own area. So I don't believe this story. I just don't believe this story at all.
Is so important. It is not about looks most of the time. Do I look good? Yes. We're not gonna act like that's not true. But I'm also not the most beautiful person on earth, you know? So it is my energy that attracts people.
Okay, first off, if this story is real, then those guys' wives are losers for not only
Energy. The energy part just gets me. It's my energy that attracts people. It's my energy. I don't believe this. I believe when she came to America, she got all this attention. Okay, like I said, they'll eat her up over here. Cause, you know, like I'm saying, the body, the face and everything like this, the attitude. This is the type of women that will get sugar daddies. These are the type of women that are basically get the men that they want. Like, she can live it up over here, but she's just one of a gazillion in her own area. So I'm just saying, like, what? Like, no, dude. Like, no, exactly. Think what Mars said. She's a 10 in the U.S., but probably a 5 in Russia. Perfect example. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. So I'm just sitting here saying, like, girl, no, you lying. You ain't, it ain't your energy and no daggone wherever the hell you come from. But if you over there on Eastern Europe, though, I'm just saying you lying.
Energy that attracts people.
Okay, first off, if this story is real, then those guys' wives are losers for not only letting their husbands ogle
See,
another woman
even
in front
Sean
of them,
doesn't
but
even
for also
believe
walking
it.
up to tell Liz that she is more attractive than them. Second, it's not your energy, and you know that. She addresses her appearance in this video, but a 2 out of 10 couldn't walk into a room with good energy and mesmerize the room. People say that about you because you're objectively attractive, and if you weren't thin, didn't have a good figure, didn't style your hair, and didn't have good facial genetics mixed in with what looks like a fair amount of plastic surgery, these people would not have taught you.
Wow, she did get a lot of plastic surgery. But she looks, I'm sorry. She looks good. She looks good. Okay? These are the type of women you're going to find in South Miami Beach. Sorry. Okay? With the silicone cheek implants and the inflated lips and definitely that sharp. Listen, anybody with a nose like this got a nose job. That nose is unnatural. You'll never see a human being with another woman or man with a nose that sharp. I mean, it's too perfect. So I'm just saying she got a lot of work done to her face. So, yeah.
like that. Now, it's one thing to have good, positive self-talk if you are naturally very negative, which is what the video was about, but lying about why you get the things you get is pathological and not good for the development of self-awareness. You wouldn't have access to so many rich guys or famous guys if you didn't look the way you do.
I went on a date with a guy once, and this guy was very cocky. He thought that, you know, he was also very famous. He literally picked me up, right? And his car, he sits inside, and he's like, get in. And I looked at him, and I keep standing outside. He's like, what are you doing? And I told him, I'm not getting in. You're not opening the door for me. I'm not getting inside of the car. He's like, I won't open the door for you. I turned around. I went back home. I did not step into his car. Then he called me. He's like, what are you doing? Are you insane? Are you crazy? And then I'm like, no, you don't open the door for me. I don't come on a date with you.
Personally, I think you should have opened the door for her, but no 3 out of 10 who watches Liz is rejecting a guy with power for doing that. So while we're being critical, I will say that a lot of Liz's advice is genuinely good.
Yeah, I didn't have no problem with what she just said. I mean, if you're not gonna open the door with me and you're gonna like, what you doing? But I can't. See, here's the deal. If I agree with her, I'm like, is this story true? Did this story happen? I mean, we already established that she's a liar, dude. We already established that she's a big, fast, bold-faced liar. So I just don't know if these stories, but if that story, what she just said, is true, I don't fault her for that. I would have done the same thing.
but it's also full of things that will lead you down a bad path emotionally, mixed in with narcissistic bragging and flexing about how attractive she is and how much money she has.
Like right now, if I leave my relationship, I can take care of myself and 7 children. Literally, I can live a luxury lifestyle on my own with my own money. She's a great mom, a wonderful woman, a very powerful woman, but she was
Wow, oh my God, she's a different woman in this bitch. Hold on, how many facelifts did she get? This is not the same woman. Chat, look at her face.
not in tune with her feminine energy.
Look at her nose.
And even now, when I want to buy her a bag or a designer bag, she's like, no, I don't want to keep your money to yourself. Like, whatever, you buy it for yourself. Whatever do you
Look at her eyes.
do? Listen, I am a very generous person. With my female friends, I always, like, if they want to come down here
Okay, she got the cheek fillers in this one.
in the country where I live, I will pay for the flight. I will pay for them, like, for everything, like their stay, everything. I don't mind paying for dinner.
I know she would hate this comparison, but this is very much Andrew Tate energy, and I think that constantly bragging about how much stuff you can buy is low class. But also, I have been completely unable to figure out how Liz can afford so much stuff. She certainly can't do it with her YouTube channel. I have like double her total channel views.
Hold on. She has the Wizard Liz, his channel. Okay, she has 59,000 views. He has 110,000 views. And she started her channel 2 years before his? Okay.
And I bet my CPMs are higher because my comment engagement is much better than her.
Okay, hold on. He's doing some note. I love these receipts. She has 9,000. Wait a minute. Hold on. Holy smokes, she's getting millions of views. But hold on. Sean's get. Wait a minute, Sean. Hold on now. Oh, I see what he's doing. I'm about to say, like, she's getting the views, but the engagement. So 2 years ago, 8 months ago, yeah, you get more. Yeah, he gets more comment. So that means she probably botting. Okay, I see what he's doing. I had to look at it a little bit better. So I'm looking at the likes. I'm looking at the views, but I'm also looking at the comments. And so when the comments are so low, that means she is botting her views.
Now, I'm not broke, but I have to say that I cannot afford all the stuff she says she's buying. So my guess is that she's not as rich as she's saying she is, and she is just bleeding money after only having like a year of financial success. And don't say she's making money from her TikTok views, because nobody makes money on TikTok. The ad rev on Shorts is like $20 for 1 million views. Unless she's doing brand deals for fashion companies, she's not that rich. For example, was she paid to show this Chanel purse? Legally in the US, she would have to disclose that. But more importantly, the vast majority of her money coming from fashion brand deals kind of puts her in a bad light, because a big part of her selling point is that she's going to teach women how to be financially successful. How can she do that when she's only like 23 with just 1 year of success experience, including the fact that most of the reason that women are watching her is because of her genetics? You don't get brand deals for those kinds of clothes unless you look a certain way. Most of her TikTok exclusive content is her showing off her dresses and trying to be cute. When it comes to videos, that is not a display of creative talent for content creation. There's a reason she constantly mentions how attractive she is in a Kim Kardashian kind of way, and it's because tons of women idolize Kim, so there's already a huge following of women who want to look like her. There's also a reason why she talks about how many luxuries she can afford. And there's a reason why she talks about how many rich and famous people she has access to and has dated. It's because she knows that those are reasons why women are watching her. It's not her creative talent. She has about as much creative talent as a family vlog channel. All of her content is just stream of consciousness story times with no production value and slight editing, which is incredibly easy to do. Tons of women do the exact same type of content, and the only ones who have ever seen that are actually successful with this are girls who are born attractive and have access to luxury.
As a role model and
Wait, who's this other chick?
Actually successful with this are girls who are born attractive.
Made Linergy. What kind of name is this? Y'all know who this woman is? Here's another person I know. Don't know.
And have access to luxury.
as a role model and as somebody who is absolutely obsessed with herself, I've decided to give the people some suggestions on how to practice self-love. First of all, say some affirmations to yourself, like, I love to go outside, I'm so in touch with reality. I'm not dating that one guy anymore. Second, wear something that
How
makes
is I'm not dating that one guy anymore affirmation? Everything. As a matter of fact, what was anything she said an affirmation? Hold on. Let me hold this. Let me read it.
love. First of all, say some affirmations to yourself, like, I love to go outside.
I love to go outside. That's not an affirmation.
So in touch with reality.
I'm so in touch with reality. That's not who this woman? Who is this chick? Do y'all know who this is? How is any of that affirmation? I love to go outside. I'm in touch with reality. What?
I'm not dating that one guy anymore.
How is that an affirmation? An affirmation. Glenn said, I'm not crazy. Okay, let me tell y'all something. In your affirmations, you're not supposed to put the word not in there. So she says, I'm not dating that one guy anymore. Okay, that's not an affirmation, right? But also saying I'm not dating the guy anymore is not an affirmation. Okay? An affirmation, okay, so she says, I'm not dating that one guy. So you can say, I am open. I am a man magnet who's open to attract a man. Let's see, what characteristics I always hear say. You'll say, who is generous, intelligent, or just say, I am open. I am a man magnet who only attracts men who are in my best interest and that I'm equally yoked with, or something like. That's too long. But I'm married. I don't need no affirmations like that. So I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. I am a man magnet. I attract the best men. There you go. I'm a man magnet. I attract the best men every day, all day, in every way. So that's an affirmation. I am definitely not coping. These people don't even know what affirmations is.
Second, wear something that makes you feel empowered. It might be a beautiful gown, a lingerie set, and lastly, but not leastly, the most natural way to practice self-love is to, or in other more TikTok-friendly words, vibe with yourself.
That was actually pretty accurate. But let's get back to more of Liz complaining about men.
And there's this narrative going on online of like, oh, women don't want to be mothers anymore.
Oh no, she has a cat that was looking like my cat. That's why I want all black cats, because the last two cats I had were all white. Oh God, they got all on my clothes. I stay getting cat hair off my clothes. I don't miss that no more. So I wouldn't mind having a black cat this time.
Women don't want to create families anymore. It's their fault that we don't have strong families. No, women don't want to be single mothers anymore. Women are tired of raising kids on their own.
Oh shit, she's a single mama. She gonna be a single mama, chat. Whoa, when was this video? This is 2 years ago. Dude, she's going to be a single mama. Oh my God, my, how the tables have turned, dude. She's gonna be a single mama.
Because you guys just get up and leave when it's convenient for you. It's normal for you guys to leave because guys are selfish. Men are selfish. It's normal.
Then stop dating sociopaths. It's not normal for men to just peace out and leave the minute a child is born. That's what assholes do. And while yes, it takes two to tango and he bears some of the responsibility, the way to actually protect yourself is not to blame men. It's to figure out how to date guys who aren't like that. And the big problem with all the suggestion that women should be focused on rich guys is that a ton of rich and famous guys are successful because they are sociopaths, addicts, and terrible people who will step on everyone in their way. By talking about how wonderful it is to live in luxury and date rich people, by percentage, you are literally funneling tons of women towards the exact kinds of guys who will
That's true. That's true. You gotta be hardcore. You gotta know it. You can't be no pick me going after these type of men. They'll eat you alive.
cheat on them and leave them.
Mom,
Like they done cheated on her. Hey Sean, like her man cheated on her and left her. Well, she left him.
Mom has a bond with a child. She cannot leave. No, that's this false narrative that you guys created. There's lots of women that also want to leave. They don't want to raise a child on their own because it's so hard.
Dude, I gotta rewind this. This is so delicious. Guys, 2 years ago, she talked about how she don't want to raise no child by herself. She's 4 months pregnant, about to raise a child by herself. That's what I said. I said to myself, the reason why I never knew who this chick is because I'm like, she don't believe what she's saying. I probably did see her content, and I probably was like, this chick don't believe what she's saying. I'm not gonna listen to this. I'm not gonna listen to none of this because she don't believe what she's saying.
A mom has a bond with a child. She cannot leave. No, that's this false narrative that you guys created. There's lots of women that also want to leave. They don't want to raise a child on their own because it's so hard. But they can't leave because you guys will shame her. When that father leaves and you have a daughter that is with an absent father, then men are so quick to look at her and blame her and say, oh, she is the way she is because she has daddy issues. But then you have a man, right? And that man grew up without a mother. People will say, poor guy.
Well, most men don't grow up. Does anybody know a man who grew up without a mother? I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but that is extremely rare. Hold on, let me look at my chat. Anybody know a man who grew up without his mama? Oh, and hold on a second. I don't even have my Twitch on. Okay, there we go. All right. I knew a kid in primary school who grew up without both parents. Now, I'm only talking about mama. I'm only talking about the mama. Does anybody, your ex-boyfriend grew up, his mom abandoned him? Wow, really? I know one actually his mother had a whole other family in another. Damn! Wow. No, for the most part, like there's two of y'all who said yes, but the rest of us are like, no, we don't know. So it's really rare. It's really rare to see and hear a male say, I didn't have a mother growing up. I mean, because usually they have the auntie or the grandmama, you know, but like, yeah, I've heard of a mother passing away, but even that's pretty rare. It's like the common theme is no dad. The dad either skipped town, or the dad didn't want to have anything to do with the child, or the dad just decided to have another family or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
The mom left. What an evil mom. So basically, what does this conclude? The man is never held accountable for his actions. It's always the woman's fault.
Liz does a terrible job here of specifying and providing context for what she's referring to, so I'm going to do it for her based on what I think she's talking about after watching a ton of her content. She's referring to alpha male podcasts and content like Fresh and Fit or Just Pearly Things that always find a way to give women 100% of the
Y'all remember when Pearl used to be such a popular figure on the internet? Y'all remember when Fresh and Fit were monetized and they were always in our daggone recommend? Like I said, this video from Sean is 2 years ago, right? Look at how the tables have turned. Look at how the tables have turned, dude. Like, wow. Time has definitely. It's amazing how things have changed. Now it's like, Pearl, nobody gives a damn about what Pearl does anymore. And Myron kicked out a whole panel of black women and nobody cared. He didn't go viral. There was no outrage. It was like nobody gives a damn anymore. They are tired of that shtick.
Fault for everything, even in cases where it's obvious that men should be at least 10% at fault. Ironically, that's exactly what they accuse women of doing, but I digress. Liz is correct here. But the solution isn't to give men 100% of the blame. The solution is to be fair and nuanced. Otherwise, you aren't actually helping people. You're just fueling hatred.
Don't get me started on daddy issues, because I have seen so many men suffering so much more from daddy issues than women have. Men cannot deal with their emotions, and that's why you guys kill and do anything that is not normal. You guys created this narrative for yourself of be a man, be strong, go to work, be a man, whatever, provide. And then today you guys are complaining that the suicide rate is so high for a man. But why complain when that is a system that you built for yourself? You see, and then you guys complain that women aren't feminine anymore. Women don't want to stay home. Women want to go out and work and make their own money. But you guys can't provide for them. Men are so stingy.
I keep having to correct people on this one because men as a whole did not create this system that we're in. At least for America, what happened was that some people fought in a war 250 years ago. They got together and created a few decent rules. And then over the years, a bunch of sociopaths and psychopaths took over and started screwing everybody. Guys are having trouble providing for a family because massive multinational corporations like BlackRock, combined with the Federal Reserve, tripled and quadrupled the price of rent and mortgages in a short amount of time. Did you?
So true. So true, dude. Like, if y'all not trying to have no kids, I totally understand. Cause I mean, times have changed so much with the younger generation. Like, when I was growing up, the best thing to have is your own house. But now it's like, that's just so it's not even a thing for you all to have your own house because of the housing market and the mortgage rates and then all this debt that you get into before, so you don't even qualify anymore to get a house if you even want one. So it's like, BlackRock is a big problem. It is. It really is. But also a lot of other people are big problems too. Big Pharma's one of them. Y'all know I'm not going to let them get away with it. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff to talk about in here.
You know that a cashier at a store in California used to be able to afford a basic house just a few decades ago? Now you have to make like 6 figures just to afford a basic house in California.
Yeah, it's just crazy. You got to make 6 figures. Dude, you got to make 6 figures for a house. Like, oh my God. It is so crazy. Unless you're going to live in South Kakalaki or someplace like that, or Alabama. You have to live in some very backwoods, red area for, to afford a 5-digit house. You know what I'm saying? But no.
Don't forget the Trans-Pacific Partnership that shipped all of our factory jobs to our enemies in China, which not only removed a lot of good-paying jobs that used to support families of 5 on a single income, but also destroyed America's independence. Then there was all that propaganda calling housewives losers and working women heroes, which was probably a lot more about increasing the tax base and overworking parents, so mom can't join the PTA group that keeps an eye on what's being taught in schools. Which is great because then the government can teach kids all sorts of radical ideas while their parents are too busy at work to pay attention. And don't get me started on how...
Oh, what? Damn, Sean is cooking in this video! He is cooking!
You don't actually own important stuff even when they're paid off, like your car or your house, because of car registration and property taxes. Men didn't do that. A group of assholes with power that includes men and women did that. What would really be great is if we stopped fighting each other and instead focused our attention on the people who are actually harming us and making us unhappy, so we can create a system where they can no longer do that.
Men love to humble us. No, you're not good enough. No, you're not all that. No, you're not special. Honey, listen to me. Do not listen to these idiots. I think women should start using being a woman to their advantage, and I think men should go ahead and heal themselves. Men think that like, oh, women, their standards are too high these days, whatever. No, we've realized how much you've manipulated us. And now women, a lot of women make their own money. So when you sit at our table, we ask you, what do you bring to the table? And see, this is where a lot of men lack.
You are the table, though. That's the thing. You don't have to ask what a man brings to your table. You are the table. He's coming to you. That's why you're the table.
Because you guys don't like work on your emotions. You guys don't do any like self-discovery or self-healing because it's cringy. It's not cool. Instead of saying, hey dude, I need therapy. I need to go to therapy because I need to get my emotions out. No, you guys keep your emotions stuck and do the craziest, most horrible things to women because you want to take your emotions out on someone. You want to take your hate out on someone. Let's come down to the fact that you guys just hate yourself.
Okay, but you're taking the actions of what some men do and applying it to men in general, which is wrong. Understand, though, that judging from this video here, Liz went through some pretty terrible things when she was a child, but that is not normal, at least in America. The vast majority of men...
Now I want to see that video. What is all the bad things she went through? Because if she didn't get counseling for it, now that explains why she was blind to this Dusty that she done got pregnant by.
And will not
and pretend to be married to.
Physically abuse you. And not saying that Liz identifies as a feminist, but feminists and the woke mob selling this narrative of all men or most men are toxic and abusive doesn't help anyone. It just fearmongers people and creates weird situations like this.
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went fine. And I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me. I'm literally shaking.
Oh, I remember this. Oh God. I remember this TikTok video.
So this guy, I am alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, excuse me, miss, and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, excuse me, ma'am. And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, do not approach me. And he immediately started going in the other direction. And I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, do not approach me. Do not approach me. And he, of course, got what the F did it? He started cussing and yelling, what's your problem? And I said, you do not approach women in a parking lot. I just kept saying, do not approach me. You do not approach women in a parking lot.
How do you know he didn't say, hey, you drop your wallet, dumb alpha?
Yelling it. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. Ever. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can.
I don't have to do that, honey. I'm 6'3". Also, men that know, have I ever been approached in a parking lot? Actually, somebody recognized me. And called me by my name tree. And that happened in the parking lot at Home Depot. And it caught me so off guard. But yeah, I talked with him a little bit and then we went on about my business. Why would I be mean to somebody like that? That happened a couple of years ago too, right? Directly after COVID restrictions were lifted.
Possibly use with them. Don't be polite. They need to literally screw off. No male should be approaching you in a parking lot.
Were her actions appropriate? I don't know because she didn't provide enough details. What did the guy look like? Was it a weird looking homeless guy or was it a guy saying, excuse me, ma'am, you dropped your wallet? That nuance matters. And the problem with this video is that she is saying that if any man approaches you in a parking lot full of cars in broad daylight, then you are to scream at them and make them look like a predator, even if they are well-intentioned. This is fear-mongering. A much better take would be, hey guys, understand that men are much bigger than women, and when you approach women when they're alone, it can make them scared. So use good judgment and only approach a woman you don't know when she is isolated if there is a very good reason to. No one would have had a problem with that. It's the fear-mongering that got her all the negative feedback when this TikTok went viral. And it's in a situation where I'm actually very suspicious of her story. Listen to this part again.
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot.
You were just approached and you're shaking from the event? Are you literally in the same parking lot that this happened? You mean you were willing to scream at this man because you were scared, yet you felt safe enough to sit in your car with your kid a few feet away from the guy and film a TikTok video? How do we know that she wasn't misreporting this event for clout, just like those gym girls who falsely accused those guys of creeping on them?
I don't know how I ended up with 50,000 new friends, but I am so happy that all of you guys are here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Again, very suspicious. She did do a follow-up video where she said the guy was asking people for money or something that got 100K views, but that doesn't excuse the video with 2.6 million views that accuses all men of being predators if they ever dare step anywhere near a woman in a parking lot. Men are tired of this treatment.
Because my general perception about men and aggressiveness is that people overestimate the percentage of men who are aggressive.
Thanks, Dr. K. Recently, I've been watching a lot of Dr. K while I drive and work out, so he's my hype man for this video, especially because he's a licensed psychiatrist. But it's really shocking how so many people will hold such strong beliefs based on zero evidence and zero research just because someone in the media said it.
They love to paint this narrative of, oh, if a woman has children and if a woman has a family, that's when she will be the happiest, whatever. Statistics have shown that women without children are more happy than with children. And you know why? Because literally, look, I believe in unconditional.
You ain't gonna be one of them though.
Boom! Headshot!
chat. Chat, too soon. Too soon, chat. Too soon. Okay.
love, and I believe like having a child is like a certain kind of love that you will never ever experience in your life. But my mom has 5 children. Yeah, I called my mom up and I said, Mom, did you get happy because of your children? Just because you have children? She's like, yeah, blah blah. Then I said, Mom, are you happy? She said, I'm not. No.
That's not even the idea that you originally proposed. You can be happier than you would be without kids and still be unhappy. She's basically arguing that her existence makes her mom more miserable, which is a weird flex. Also, where are these stats that say women are happier without kids? What data says this? Happiness is so subjective in this situation that I can't imagine how you would...
Actually, there is data that suggests that. I actually posted on Twitter. Yep, that's true. It is statistical. There was a study that showed that women without children are happier than women with children. And that's just obvious, though, right? I think women with children are better off. But when I say better off, I'm just saying like they feel more fulfilled in life because that's what they want. Those of us who never wanted kids, we are just so Gucci with being childless. But then you have some women who are childless and they feel less of a woman. They feel like they are missing something in their life. And those are the women that are unhappy, that are childless. But those who just don't want kids, did everything they can to not have no kids, and they're still childless, these are the women that are happy with their decision. So, and it is statistically proven that that's the case.
Even accurately measure it. Seriously, I watched you spend all this time talking about how strong women are, how educated your mom is, and how prepared you were as a child, but she didn't teach you how to cite a resource? And it's not like this is a rare occurrence for Liz. This is the 3rd time in a single video that she's brought up a claim based on stats that she has seen and has not shown the evidence. This is lying, and this is a pre-recorded video. You can easily edit that alleged study on screen. Because of stuff like this, we need to change the culture to a place where if someone says, a study said this, and they don't show the study or give any reference to it, they are brutally shamed and called liars for it. Because no one can determine the validity of what you're saying without actually seeing the study.
I think that's how it is now.
You guys just hate yourself. And you know, it's funny to me because a lot of people say like, why do men love mean women? It's not that they love mean women. They love women that reinforce the hate that they already have for themselves. So those...
What? That's not true. And how would you know? But no, that's not true.
Women, they just tell them, yeah, I hate you too, just like you hate yourself. Then you have the good one.
What? Men do not love mean women because they hate themselves, and also because subconsciously they hate women. Okay, they just get turned on. For example, like it's an emotional reaction that men like, especially men who always get what they want. I always found that, and this is something I've noticed when I was full-time domina, right? I would get the most handsome, fine ass models. I would get these gorgeous men, and I would be like, what in the hell? And I mean, they just love when I just treat them like crap. And that's because they had the easy mode. They're just so over it. They like when a woman who's like, you know, come to a dominatrix or a domina and they just get treated like crap, and they not even gonna get no coochie in the process, and they paying all that money. So it's something I've noticed, but also like, you know, men tend to successful men tend to get bored, and mean women it's something of a delight, but it's not for no self-hatred. I don't know any man who hates himself who wants a mean woman. I just what? No, there are men who like mean women. I should know, right? Hold on. Cruel and mean is 2 different things, right? I've never gotten. Let me make sure before I say this. Yeah, I am a mean person. It's just that some men find my meanness funny. I don't know what's funny about it, but they find me humorous. And others are just like, they just do it because, I don't know, it's because they're just trying to please me or whatever. It's kind of hard. I am not cruel. Okay, my meanness is different than being cruel. Like, I'm not cruel to you guys, but I can be mean. I found the video of Liz Pass. It's 20 minutes. Oh, God dang on it. I don't know if we're going to be able to watch that. May have to watch that on a part 2. Let me see. Thanks, that shizzle. Yeah, she got some issues, dude. 975,000 views. Jeez. Okay.
Woman that does everything for this guy, and the guy will feel like she's fake. She's not being honest with me, so let me find someone that's being mean to me because at least she's honest. The question is why a lot of men love toxic women. Yeah, because there's a lot of toxic men.
Again, that's not men in general. Those are abuse victims connecting with something familiar. Also, is it not the fault of the woman as well for being toxic here? Did I not just listen to you crapping on the manosphere for attributing all the blame to a single party? For how much you don't like these people, you sure are doing a lot of the same bad things.
Let's talk about the alpha males. So the alpha males that all have a microphone and a podcast now. What is that? How much more feminine can you be than to gossip all day on a podcast and talk?
I don't disagree on this. I don't disagree on this one.
Like, talk shit with your girls.
Okay, that was funny because it's kind of true. A ton of these podcasts are like that. But despite her funny quip and despite her criticisms of these shows, she does a lot of the same negative things they do, like constantly brag about how financially successful she is. She makes statistical claims without showing her evidence. She plays victim. Yes, I did say that because the Alpha Male podcast frequently play the victim card and say poor men a lot of times to justify cheating instead of actually trying to problem solve just like feminists do. And Liz comes off as very narcissistic, and I don't think she realizes it. Statements like this are what make me think that.
See, I'm the person, I don't like to get disrespected, but I also not the kind of person that will get offended by anything and everything constantly and, oh, you have to walk around eggshells. No, I'm really chill, but I have my boundaries and you will not cross my boundaries.
Okay, well now after you said that, if I hang out with you, I'm going to be constantly worried about accidentally stepping on one of your triggers. So I don't feel...
She ain't got no damn triggers. She is now a soon-to-be single baby mama by a man that makes less money than her, who has no respect for her, that has cheated on her. I'm like, girl, damn, these videos of hers did not age well.
Like you're laid back because a laid back person wouldn't say something like that.
True.
I mean, does this sound like a forgiving person?
And I am the kind of person, if you're my friend, if I am good and if I get rich, you will get rich. Literally. Like, I am so giving and generous, but the same way that I love, I can switch as well. If you betray me, you're out. I don't care. You're out. There's one disrespect, you're out. I do not care how many years I've known you, how close we were, how much you know about me, you're out.
There's a difference between being a doormat and being so vindictive that you would throw away a years-long friendship over a single offense. That is the demeanor of a very serious person, and not really...
Depends on the offense. It depends on the offense. I cannot disagree with her on this one right here, right? I don't do anything... I have some very important people in my life, and I don't do anything that will disrespect them, hurt them, or betray them. Okay. I have family members who have done that, and I've cut them suckers off quick, but not for nothing minor. If it's something minor, then I'll be mad. But I mean, if it's something like a huge betrayal, just I don't want to talk about, like, I don't like to get personal about my biological family, but there's a reason why most of them are cut off, because of what they did and how they did it, and like it's always a betrayal, like a huge like core rocking betrayal, and I'll cut those suckers off. Now when it comes to female friends and male friends, which I don't really have that many of, but like they would have to betray me. And I think out of all my friendships, I never like cut someone off because of they did something to me. There have been some friends I have outgrew, and there are some friends we have grew apart. So like there was a real good friend of mine, but when Obama started running for office, I was like anti-Obama. I was anti all of that, and she was very pro-Obama. She was very like, we need a black man in the White House. I was like, the last thing we need is an N-word in the damn White House, and we grew apart because of that. You know, at first she could deal with my conservatism until Obama got in office, and so it's like that's when we just began to drift apart because we had nothing in common. So I didn't kick her to the curb because of that. You know, that wasn't a betrayal. That was just that we just grew apart because of that. But anyway, I'm that kind of person. Like you mess me over, it's a done deal. I think people are too scared to actually do something that would cite vengeance from you. Maybe, but I'm like, there's no need to do anything vengeful towards me. That's my thing. Like, I don't do nothing to anybody that would make you want to be vengeful against me. I really keep to myself.
Someone you can feel relaxed around or feel like you aren't constantly walking on eggshells around. However, I do think she is morally better than someone like Andrew Tate because she calls out stuff like this.
There's literally men right now that have got this big platform that are literally saying, I hate women. Women deserve to be cheated on. Women deserve to be lied to. And these men are praising them like gods.
Yeah, that's disgusting behavior, and I can't believe so many manosphere types are saying that cheating is a good thing if you have money after spending years crapping on feminists for articles like this one. So I don't think she's morally on the same level, and I like that she recommends therapy a lot. However, I do have a problem with her doing a lot of the same things that the people she criticizes do. Also relevant, can we stop the victim pissing contest? And it's not just woke people who do this.
So I've worked with people who are very privileged and very wealthy.
Oh, no, not Ice Poseidon. Oh, God, this POS.
I've worked in jails. I've worked with kids. You know, I've worked at places where kids run away on a routine basis. Let's just put it that way. Mm-hmm. And what I've come to realize is that no amount of privilege protects you from suffering.
It really shows high moral standards when you invalidate someone's suffering or blame them for everything and give them 100% of the fault because you think your suffering was worse. So many groups are doing that.
We seem to be gatekeeping suffering more and more and more, right? Where we allow some people to suffer, and then we get into this like weird like contest about who's allowed to suffer the most. And so this is where I think at the end of the day, comparing suffering, I think is a waste of everyone's time. It's not that anyone deserves to suffer more than you are. I think the right move is to like, you know, if stuff sucked for you, it sucked for you. And also like if things are worse for other people, like have compassion for them and try to help them. And I don't know why is like societally we've started entangling those two.
I don't know what this in relations to. I can't relate to this. Like who's comparing what suffering to what? They're like, what? Huh? Like this must be on another lore I don't understand.
Like if my life is bad, then it's weird. It's like I don't need to give compassion to others. And if my life is good, then I don't deserve to have compassion myself. It's really weird. I just don't think it makes any sense. I think, you know, someone's life can be terrible and you should be compassionate towards them, irrespective of how bad your life is.
It really just seems like people are looking for any way they can to crap on and one up the other side. Watch how that plays out in your personal relationships, by the way, when your first instinct in a public argument is to call your opponent stupid instead of listening to what they have to say. If you're doing that in front of people where you can be judged, then you're definitely doing that in private. I'm just very tired that everything has to be like Fox News versus CNN, where it's like, if the president is on their political team, they will never say, man, isn't that stuff the president did messed up? Relationship fidelity is a big deal on the right, yet tons of them will look past Trump cheating on his wife. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, the left will completely ignore the fact that Biden spends more time eating ice cream than he does actually being president. Now, I'm not saying that you need to disown these people for having a bad side, but if we keep ignoring our own faults just so we can point the finger at someone else, then none of this will change or get better. If you hate that mainstream media has the ability to rally people to support obviously false allegations in cases like Kyle Rittenhouse or Brett Kavanaugh, then, well, the reason they can get away with that is because you aren't listening to the grievances of the other side.
Oh, look at this picture. He finds the most... Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Look at the fog. And the way the trees are, oh gosh, I wish I found, where is this at? It's gotta probably be up north somewhere, Midwest or something.
Taking a nuanced approach with your arguments. So your opponents will run to the people who do listen to them, even if those people are only listening so they can manipulate them. The biggest way we can stop stuff like this is to actually spend time thinking about and taking other people's ideas into consideration. Until people start doing that, nothing will truly get solved, and all that will happen is that the power will just change hands. More importantly, ask yourself a simple question. Before you accuse someone of doing a behavior that you don't like, ask yourself if you do that behavior too. Because projection is a hell of a thing, and we will very commonly notice bad things in other people because we are well trained at doing those things ourselves. Also, if you're smart with this, you can actually turn projection into a positive thing because you can use it as a method of finding your faults. Anyway, thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter, and also...
Okay. That was pretty good. But yeah. All right, now let's go to Brittany with her butterflies in her hair. Let me see what you guys are saying. Love nature, maybe Maine. That could be Maine, but I don't think so. It doesn't. It looks too rustic to be Maine. I guess that's I guess what you the way the trees are so thick up in the air, because we don't have those type of trees down here in Georgia. So that's why it makes me think it's definitely those trees have to be up north somewhere. I live near Forest, Vermont. Maybe I don't know. It's maybe I don't know what Vermont trees look like. I really don't. I don't know what those. I don't know much about Vermont trees. It's just like those look like something that you'll see in Montana or Dakota, something like that. So it was just a beautiful picture, though. I love woods like that. Yeah, they're definitely from the north. You want those. If you traveled the United States, you could tell what's from the north, what's a northern area and what's a southern area. And when you look at the way the trees are shaped and the color and the texture, you could tell like, nah, that ain't from the south. Absolutely, that's not from the south. So yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, exactly, Spitfire. I'm thinking they are from the north, northwest, something like that. So, but it's just so beautiful. Yeah, definitely in Canada. I've seen Canadian trees like that too. So that's another thing too. So yeah, definitely. As I say, it's definitely in the north. So anyway, okay. So here's Brittany's version of her going after Wizard, the Wizard Liz or whatever the heifer name is.
Energy. Mina reminds me of this other YouTuber, the Wizard Liz. She does a lot of videos on femininity and self-help.
So what is feminine energy? Feminine energy is an energy that is connected to the soul. Feminine energy is about flow, it's dynamic, it's nurturing, it's about receiving. Feminine energy just is all about feeling and the heart.
Recently, she made a video about breaking up with her boyfriend. There is nothing that I could possibly tell you that will appropriately prepare you for the reason why she chose to break up with her boyfriend.
Hi guys, my name is Liz and welcome back to my channel. Okay, let's get into it.
She looks different in each video clip. Chat, did you hear what I just said? She looks different in each video clip. What's going on? What's happening?
Why did I end my relationship? First of all, I was way too comfortable in the relationship. And I posted about this on TikTok and I said that I was way too comfortable. And then everybody was like, oh my God, you're so toxic. Isn't that good being comfortable? Blah, blah, blah.
Her reasoning for breaking up with him was that she was too comfortable. This is the same woman who teaches her female audience about how to be in their queen feminine energy. I'm pretty sure that being provided for and being comfortable is kind of a big part of femininity.
Yeah, it's true. It is. She doesn't even know what she wants. She's a walking contradiction.
Imagine you're a homemaker and you're like, my house is too comfortable. That is literally the opposite of femininity.
Now, for me, I literally have no motivation and no more passion for life, like at all. Because I literally, like the amount of money even that I let on the table, and I didn't do brand deals or I didn't do anything because I thought, whatever, it doesn't matter, I have my partner. That's what I mean. Like, I am not working towards my goals as hard as I should.
That's your problem. Dude, hold on. I'm not going to let women get away blaming men for the reason why you stop pursuing your goals. I'm not going to let y'all blame men for basically for actually saying that you don't have any motivation and you don't have to get up and go, and you're just like, oh well, I'm just so relaxed and I'm so cool and calm and collective. Like, that's you. You made that decision. If you get too comfortable, then that's you. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I can't relate to this at all, chat. At all. You're saying that a man caused you not to be motivated anymore because you got everything given to you? Heifer, how? Heifer, what?
And it infuriates me. I'm like, I don't have that fire anymore. And to be this comfortable, I don't like it.
Her problem is that her partner is too rich, that her boyfriend spoils her too much. She speaks on...
Is this true? You have so much money because of this boyfriend you don't want for nothing, so you bored out your head. So you decide to like, oh, I need some drama, so let me get rid of him. This woman is mentally ill. It's the most dumbest thing you could do is sit up here and say, oh yeah, I'm too comfortable because look, exactly, Bluebell. She got rid of her rich, boring boyfriend because he gave her everything, and now she hooked up and have a baby, got baby trapped by a damn Dusty. By a damn Dusty. Who can't even pay child support. Girl, oh my God, you dated down? You left this rich man that made you not want for nothing, and now you done having baby by a dad going Dusty?
How she's so feminine and in her queen energy.
So I used to be very, very always in my masculine energy, always chasing things.
I don't agree. I don't believe her. I don't believe this at all. I don't believe this heifer. I doubt very seriously she's ever been in her masculine energy, ever.
Trying to accomplish whatever. And you know what I've realized? Because being in your feminine basically means letting it flow. Just receiving things and just being calm, nurturing, things like that,
Meanwhile, she chose her career and getting sponsorships over her provider boyfriend. She didn't even have to pick. She could have did YouTube and also had a relationship. She literally is acting so much like a man that it ruined her relationship. You're not going to believe this. Her partner also gives her too much attention.
Like in public, that even when I go to the mall, I call him and I'm constantly on the phone with him because I don't want to walk by myself. Meanwhile, before this relationship, I used to travel alone.
Ugh, a man making you feel...
I don't believe her. Chad, I don't believe these. okay, she had a boyfriend. I just don't believe all this other stuff. Like, my God, like I used to do everything by myself. And whenever I called him, he picked up the phone. Whenever I told him to meet me somewhere, he was always there. Whenever I told him I was hungry, he brought me some food. Like, I don't believe these non-problems were a problem for her. I think she's just making shit up.
Safe in public? How unattractive. 8 months ago, she was literally saying the opposite, that she would not date a man who does not protect her or provide for her.
I'm attracted to money, I'm attracted to power, I am attracted to a man that is in his masculine energy and is willing to provide and protect. That is what I want in a man. I am truly telling you, if a man is not willing to provide for me, I would much rather date a woman.
If she were as feminine as she says in her
This woman is a piece of work, this wizard Liz. God, she's a piece. Dude, I swear, if she was on my radar, I would have made a video about her too. Okay. Yeah, I've seen some people talking in my comments section, and a lot of the girls are saying that Landon is bisexual if he's not gay. And I can see it. I told you, I said, people were saying that he was bisexual, and I said, well, I don't know him that well to sense it. And when a man is bisexual, that throws me off. Okay, it throws me off a lot. So that makes a lot of sense. So when I wanted a condo, he gave me a mansion exactly HUR. Damn it, I wanted a car. He gave me a Rolls Royce.
YouTube channel, wouldn't she want to receive that protection and be provided for?
A woman becomes a queen when she's connected to her feminine energy. There is nothing more powerful than being connected to a feminine energy.
Guess she's not in her queen energy.
When people become way too comfortable in a relationship, they don't want to do anything anymore. That's why you see a lot of people, they stop looking after themselves. Like, they don't care about anything anymore because they think, oh, I just have my partner, I already have him, whatever, you know? And that
I will admit that some men and women, okay, it's not one-sided. I will agree that some men and women do get comfortable. And I'm telling you, as a married woman, you have to fight that. But that's when you have a life outside of your marriage, meaning you have something else going on, where it prevents you from getting a little lazy. You know, this is the reason why, you know, the challenge I have with my 3 YouTube channels, and they're all challenging. It's gotten to the point where I'm just like shrugging at my political channels, like, oh God, I just don't know what to do with it, because it's like I'm not feeling a lot of the stories that are coming out. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I think that you have to be aware that could happen to you, and then do something or be involved in something that's going to keep you out of that.
And the partner starts to lose attraction for the person, or the person starts to feel really bad about themselves and they become very insecure.
To me,
hold on, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Okay.
it sounds like she just wants to make up problems. Like, she needs to feel the thrill and the threat of her man going out there and flirting with women. She's gonna attract some really bad and potentially dangerous men with this mindset. When you get
Ooh. Holy shit. Brittany, it's Nostradamus, y'all. Look at Now, he wasn't dangerous. He's a dusty. He's a dusty.
out of those situations, you're kind of used to this fight or flight. You're used to that toxicity that happens. It's kind of like drama happening. And then what happens is you leave that relationship, and when you enter a normal one, it seems boring. But it's probably not because the relationship is boring. It's because you're used to a toxic relationship that's not healthy for you. Having a toxic relationship where you're arguing and there's always drama and potentially dangerous things happening is an unhealthy pattern that you have to unlearn.
I'm at a point in my life where I wouldn't even date myself because I don't think I have a healthy pattern when it comes to dating because I always put my partner first.
Yeah, she's got that right. She does not have.
Did y'all just hear that? So she is a pick-me. So this is what I'm saying. I'm never off about this. I'm never off about this. Did you just hear what she just said? So now we see how I knew. I said, no, there's no way. There's no way this woman is not a pick-me. There's no way she's not no Barbara the Builder. Okay? She said every time she gets in a relationship, she always put her partner first. That's what she said. And I was like, what? And that's why you're pregnant, okay? And that's why you're pregnant. And you got a baby daddy. Who a Dusty? Who is a Dusty dude? Oh my, and asbestos, okay? And remember, she said her baby daddy is the only man for her, and it wouldn't be anyone. There's good point, Mars. Very good point. She said if it wasn't him, there would be nobody else. Better watch those words that come out your mouth. Okay? You better watch the words that come. Ladies, be careful about those words that's coming out your mouth. Why don't you ever damn yourself like that? If it wasn't you, it would be no one. The hell? If it ain't you, it'll be one of the 25 or 80 people after you. One of them gonna be Mr. Right. Imagine just limiting yourself to one man if he doesn't work out.
The healthy pattern. But for her to say that the issue is that she's too good of a girlfriend is really laughable. What she's really saying is that her boyfriend was too good of a boyfriend. Tell me where in this video it seems like she put her partner first. She comes across as extremely selfish. She quit her relationship with her man.
No. She's a pick-me. She's a pick-me. I don't believe this stuff that she's saying about selfishness. I can look at her actions, and her actions prove me right. Her actions show that she's far from selfish, okay? The fact that, these two pretended to be married. This woman is about to she's 4 months pregnant. Talking about if it wasn't going to be you, it was going to be no one, baby, because you're the only one for me. Like, child, please.
In order to chase that bag.
Masculine energy is stable, productive, getting things done, chasing, getting after goals.
That's not very feminine, and chasing is a thing that guys do. Liz acts like she's reformed, but she doesn't really come across as feminine at all.
I used to be very, very always in my masculine energy.
Obviously, she has long hair and she dresses like a woman, but what I'm talking about is what she actually embodies and the actions that she is taking.
So what is feminine energy? It's dynamic, it's nurturing.
Does Liz come across as gentle or empathetic or showing humility like a feminine woman would? Putting a sponsored ad in your breakup video does not come across as nurturing or empathetic to me.
I mean, that's not necessarily masculine, but that's just showing that she's just a heartless heifer. Okay? I just saying, like, that's neither feminine or masculine. That's just about being about the money.
I want to say a huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video.
And a sponsorship for
Not
therapy
BetterHelp.
from a company that many
Oh,
people say
no.
is very suspect and not very good. That is incredibly ironic. She also begins her breakup video smiling. It comes across like she's kind of happy that she's having this breakup. It's closer to the energy of somebody who's announcing that they just got engaged. It's very strange. Empathy is something that any decent person has, but it's especially something that a feminine woman would most definitely have. Liz presents as feminine, but she's really masculine. That same lack of empathy is why she's shocked that people in her comments have a
Please be respectful and don't try to say there weren't any love because I'm not really sad. I had mourned this relationship already. I cried my whole eyes out. And he is truly one of the only people I have ever loved. I still love him, just not romantically. It's very complicated for me to share something this personal. However, I have always been honest from the beginning, and it would be a shame if I didn't update you about a big change in my life and my healing journey. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you, praying hands, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
A negative reaction to her making this video. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna give Liz some credit. At least she was honest. She did not shed not a single fake tear. This reminds me of how Liz complains that the manosphere presents as masculine, but they really just act feminine and gossip a lot.
Let's talk about the alpha males. So the alpha males that all have a microphone and a podcast now. What is that? How much more feminine can you be than to gossip all day on a podcast and talk shit with your girls? That's what you guys are doing, talking shit with your girl.
Ironically, despite hating the manosphere, Liz would be the perfect option for them. She wants somebody that will give her that thrill and play games with her and give her a toxic relationship. And the manosphere loves cold-hearted gold.
Oh no. Myron Gaines, who's a homosexual. What are they doing in this picture? Wait a minute. Is this a Tinder? Is this a sugar baby site or is this a Tinder site? Cause what's with him being with men in these? What's this picture? Lord, and is he not with his back straight and his booty out? Yes, honey. Take this pose, baby. I got it for you, baby. That's me. Yeah. It's seeking arrangements, but who is he trying to seek an arrangement with? A sugar daddy or something? Because these are some gay ass pictures. Oh God. Okay. Anyway.
Diggers, especially ones that are trying to find themselves.
I miss myself. I really miss myself. And I just want to know again what it's like to have that connection with myself, to not feel weird when I'm alone out in public, when I'm going alone to a restaurant or whatever. This is just a time for me to learn to be on my own again, to learn to love myself fully. Every single morning now when I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I love you.
You didn't say this when you was in a relationship? You didn't say this at all when you was in a relationship? So not saying this was his fault, not yours?
I say my name and I say, I love you. When you say that to yourself, it brings tears to my eyes. Literally even saying that to myself. So for me, it's just I want to become my dream woman.
At least Mina embodies the femininity that she teaches. She even has women providing for her by buying her courses. I don't want people's takeaway from this video to be that spirituality is bad or that making money is bad, because there are good YouTubers out there that are genuinely trying to help people that don't refer to themselves as gurus. And they don't refer to themselves as any kind of master, and they just want to help out of the goodness of their own hearts.
Number one, beware of anybody who says they're spiritually enlightened, who says they're a master manifester, who says anything like that. That's so dumb. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? That you just decide you want something and it shows up? Okay. Does this person have something they're selling you? That'd be the first thing that I would check out. The second you call yourself a master, you have just defined for yourself the fact that you are actually the lowest of the novices.
That's Maggie Murphy. She is a multi-millionaire business owner who tries to help people, and she speaks on spirituality.
Oh, I love what she did with her name. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. She took Neville Goddard's name and put Neville Goddess. Hold on. Oh, she does these type of videos. Okay, hold on. Let me pick one out. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Well, you be really not going. Hold on. Well, you're really not going to like me now. The official Renegade Stallion identification. Okay, let me see. Let me see what she's gonna say here.
Here's the full text from the image you uploaded.
Good instance, 79. Here you go.
Maggie, I want to thank you for the ChatGPT videos and your bravery showing this process with your personal life. I came upon you months ago, and at the time I wasn't sure I liked you, but then you moved into this new way with your channel, and that was right up my alley. The things coming up for you hit me in my own soul as very similar challenges.
Okay, what is the context to this?
By it. Of course they did. That's exactly what makes your signal different. Most GPTs, like most people, are...
Okay, she's telling it to have... Okay, maybe she's not living up to the name. Did you like me better before? Okay, hold on. I'm going to give her a chance, chat. Hold on a second. Let me see.
Hey, so this isn't a video that I would have made at any point in the past on this channel. In the past, I was trying to only talk here about things when I was in a certain type of vibe, you know, a high vibe, a good mood, feeling really positive or whatever. In the past, I would not have made this video. But what I've come to realize is true recently, over the last couple of months, especially the last couple of weeks, is that the vibe, the frequency that you want to be in is the one that is authentic to you. And authentic to you doesn't always mean, you know, you're feeling super positive or you're in your highest best state. That's another thing that made me feel horribly awkward about making videos here over the last couple of years, because I haven't felt like I've been at my best since my dad died, which was like a year after I started this channel. And so that was another thing that made me feel awkward. And, you know, I just didn't really feel like I knew what I was doing here making this channel. And over the last couple of months, as you know, if you've been watching this, I've been calling it therapy with ChatGPT, but that's not really exactly what it was, because traditional therapy, I don't think really works for most people. This is something else. This was my own version of self-exploration, which I've been doing with myself forever. You know, my own self-therapy has always been the most effective thing for me. And that's basically consisted of, you know, figure out what the wrong thing is that I'm experiencing and figure out the origin, figure out what belief I'm holding because of that. Why do I keep experiencing this in the external world? I know it's coming from somewhere. It's not an accident. You know, this circumstance that just popped up is not random. It's something that I've created or allowed.
I'm going to have to look at that on another day when I got some patience. As of right now, I'm not sold on her, but I'm looking at her most recent stuff. This video that Brittany made is over a year old, so I'm going to have to like look at her old stuff to see what Brittany saw. So, but I think she needs to change her name and be known as Maggie Murphy. Okay, I don't. So far, I'm just judging by what her content is so far, and she should not be called Neville Goddess. I'm sorry, you need to drop that name. You do not live up to that hype. Her content is a little. Oh, you know who she is, Mars. Okay, Mars says her content is a little dry. A little dry? Honey, I got cotton mouth right now because of it.
That's Maggie Murphy. She is a multimillionaire business owner who tries to help people. And she speaks on spirituality and philosophy and has never asked anyone for anything. She narrated a book for her audience just for the sake of sharing knowledge called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles.
Wonderful
By applying
book.
the knowledge of this book,
Absolutely awesome book.
in her late 20s, she was able to become successful, and that's why she did a free narration and commentary of it on YouTube.
In following the certain way, as described in the foregoing pages, you are getting continuous increase for yourself, and you are giving it to all with whom you deal, even if it be only the selling of a stick of candy to a little child. Put into it the thought of increase, and make sure that the customer is impressed with the thought. Convey the impression of advancement with everything you do, so that all people shall receive the impression that you are an advancing man, and that you
Yeah, it
advance all
don't sound good. I'm sorry. Okay. Understand that I'm coming from a masculine place. I don't need this sounds so sexist, even though I'm pro woman. I don't want a woman. I don't want a woman reading Wallace's book. I need to hear a man's voice when I listen to his words. Nothing against her. And I bet you most women are going to disagree with me and they would rather her say it. But no, I need to hear a man's voice when he reads Wallace's books.
Deal with you, even to the people whom you meet in a social way, without any thought of business, and to whom you do not try to sell anything. Give the thought of increase. Do everything that you do in the firm conviction that you are an advancing personality, and that you are giving advancement to everybody.
The takeaway from that book is that you should make money by adding increase to the world, meaning you make money by doing things that are actually of value to others.
Right.
Then you can help others by being rich, and then also making them rich as well.
Feel that you are getting rich, and that in so doing, you are making others rich and conferring benefits to all.
The virtue of that is the complete opposite of Mina running an MLM bordering pyramid scheme to scam people. I say scam in the sense that you're definitely not getting something worth $50,000.
Actually, there you go. She does sound like a Karen. Glam said her voice doesn't have any confidence, any authority, and she sounds like a Karen. There you go. That's it. It's like she sounds like a Karen because I'm like, you ain't selling me on this book. So that's why I'm gonna need a man to read it because you ain't selling me on this. So no, agree with you, Tree. Women voice for drama and news and men of documentaries and history. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I thought, with her calling herself Neville Goddess, I'm thinking like, oh shoot, I bet you she's gonna sound like the Neville Goddard, right? The metaphysical lecturers, manifestation, inner power. He loves to talk about the Bible. As a matter of fact, I love to listen about scriptures, the way he interprets them through him. But she's like nothing to the expectation. Like, why did she call herself that? She sounds like a mom talking about groceries. Imagine a man trying to explain the art of seduction. You know what? Good point. If she was reading that book, I'd be more intrigued. Yeah, well, Shira could get away with it, right? But no, not her. I'm like, nah, I'm not buying it. I don't think you should be reading that. But like I said, it's different for me. It could be a lot of women who probably prefer her to read and narrate that book.
The cost of what she's taking is a lot more than what she's giving, and that's not really adding increase. The only thing that's getting increase is Mina's own wallet. It's ironic that Maggie and Mina are the same age, yet Mina is giving out business advice on how to make money by taking people's money. Maggie was able to become a multi-millionaire without scamming people. There was a video where Maggie explains that she was in an unhealthy relationship, and because of that, she had to move away and restart her entire business.
I had some events with that guy that resulted in an abrupt change in living situation where I had to abandon the entire physical business I had been building for a year that was successful already. I had to just abandon everything, move 1,000 miles away to stay with my dad on the fly. Like, I literally drove to my dad's with a shirt on my back. In 3 months, I had the whole thing up and running again, back to being profitable in like 6 states away.
And she was still able to do it despite that obstacle, and it wasn't her only one. She explains in this video that she had to get a job at 28 years old and had a career shift.
4 months later, I was like completely broke. The business I was working on, I just like couldn't put in the required effort to do it. I ended up in this caregiver job for 4 months. I worked about 60 hours a week. Money just started kind of piling up. I got really comfortable. One day I was laying there on the couch and I was just like, this is not good. I'm not going anywhere. Like, this is my life. Like, I could stay here just indefinitely. This is not what I want for myself. And then a few weeks later, I got effectively fired from the job for sleeping on the job, which I never did.
Maggie was able to build skills with marketing, and that ended up leading her to become a multi-millionaire entrepreneur. Maggie was able to actually repeat her success and was still successful despite obstacles versus someone like Mina, who was given everything. Mina was able to build her business by taking advantage of insecure women and doing shady business practices. And she really does not come across as a businesswoman who knows what she's doing, i.e. her thumbnails where she couldn't bother to hire someone to make them, as she's making thousands of dollars from these courses.
How much was that course? Chat, am I seeing the chat? Is this a typo? Chat, does this damn thing says 21 lessons for $5,555 damn dollars? Is that what I'm seeing here? Is how this helper is trying to charge $5,555 for a damn course? Oh my God. Holy smokes. Using angel numbers to manipulate her audience. It looks like it's working. I wonder how many people signed up for this stupid thing. That couldn't have been a lot. That couldn't have been a lot. I mean, there's some dumb women out there, but not that damn dumb.
Thumbnails where she couldn't bother to hire someone to make them, as she's making thousands of dollars from these courses where she sucks people dry like a leech. Maggie Murphy, whose time is actually valuable as a multimillionaire, gives out her time to help people for free. You do not need to spend thousands of dollars to obtain basic information that's available in books. Don't be like that poor guy on Dr. K's show that spent $8,000 on dating gurus.
My very last session, like after 3 months, like skill-wise, I didn't really improve that much. And he saw that, like I couldn't, like I was doing so pathetic, like trying to talk to, this girl on the video chat. It was like kind of like being fake, like, and after that, like after the chat, he was like trying to like get me on a sale to pay thousands of more dollars to continue his coaching. I was like, no.
How did that make you feel?
Yeah, very mad.
Therapy is a lot cheaper, and it's a lot more effective than this delusional dream.
$8,000. You're socially awkward. You're not aesthetically pleasing. You could do something with your physical self, and you pay $8,000 to. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! This is so cooked, dude. Oh man!
To you by these snake oil salesmen. Thank you so much to my producers on Patreon who support me. These videos take a lot of time and research, so I appreciate it. Recently, I started posting subscriber-only stories on my Instagram, Saturday Supermodel, so that's another way to support me and get more content. It's been really fun posting on there, and I think I'm going to continue to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Reed Street Soap if you want to help support the content, and I'll see you.
Oh yeah, I have a candle that I wanted to promote from Reed Street Soap. It's a really good candle too. It's a candle that's good for courage, self-determination and things like that. So, and I never did get around to it, because my light washes out this orange candle. So I'm gonna have to do it outside, which I don't like doing videos outside. All right, hold on. What time is it? Okay, guys, I'm not gonna do a long video today. This is crazy. I'm about to do a cool down now, but we might do a part 2 of the Wizard Liz, cause this holy smokes was this interesting. This was like shockingly interesting. Could have went on a damn vacation with that money. Damn, sure could have. $8,000, dude. $8,000. $8,000 to teach. What do they say? A fool. Hey, Nima. A fool and his money shall surely part. Okay. So there's that. Where is it? I don't want to hear no more crap about gold diggers where you pair. I know Red Pill is $8,000. $8,000, dude. And I wonder who's the guy he paid $8,000 to. It's like you're paying money to these guys who themselves can't even pick up women. Oh, good Lord. So, anyway. Buy a motorcycle. Facts. Did he pay the black guy, gay dude? I know that doesn't narrow that. Yeah, it doesn't narrow it down, Mars. Which one, Mars? Okay. All right. Okay. Shoot. All right. Oh God. You should charge 10,000 and you actually help. Why the hell would I charge 10 grand? First of all, y'all broke asses don't even have no money to give me donations throughout the stream. Why the hell would I charge 10,000 and waste my time? To who? who am I going to charge $10,000 to? Shit. That was an insult. Oh God. You can exploit pygmies. I don't attract pygmies. There was a time I used to have pygmies in my damn chat, which was during COVID, and them heifers left quick. I don't attract pygmies. Pygmies go to Shira's channel. Pygmy goes to the Wizard Liz channel. They don't go. I'm too alpha for pygmies. I don't even attract pygmies. And I'm bragging. I'm literally bragging about that. I don't have no damn pygmies in my damn chat. I used to come across them long time ago. And they don't stay long for obvious reasons. So, no, there's some women that attract a certain type of clientele or a certain type of there's certain type of people. Like another thing too, because of my energy is why I attract a lot of gay men. Okay, because gay men are sassy, they mouthy, right? Like to throw shade, and I do that shit all the damn time, right? So it's like they like that. But no, I'm not. I don't do the femininity thing a lot. I don't do I just like there's some things that women do that I just don't do. Like I thought those butterflies in Britney's hair were so gorgeous. I couldn't pull that shit off. That's so not me. But that's so her. Right? So I am very self-aware of who I am and the characteristics I display and things like that. So, but you pull off your locks because locks are not common with women. My dreadlocks go with who I am as a woman, right? Because dreadlocks are not necessarily a feminine hairstyle. It is more common to see men with dreadlocks than it is women. And then that's when it came out with sister locks. That's when it came out with locks that are more manageable, that women can put in different type of styles. But on average, locks are masculine. So that's the reason why I pull off locks. Okay, that's why I pull off locks. So and that's the reason why you see way more men in the black community, right? In a black community, you see way more men with dreadlocks than you do women. Okay, because with dreadlocks, you're limited to your versatility. You can get but so much versatility. You can be only so versatile with locks. It's only so much hairstyles you can put your hair in, especially if you make them long. Like my hair is naturally long now, you know. Even if I cut it, it's still long. But it's only so many styles I can put it in. But I love my hair. I love having dreadlocks. I do. I love having it. But it fits my personality because they're still assigned to be masculine. The length of the locks make it a little feminine, but you know, dreadlocks is more masculine than anything. So, anyway. All right. My gay friends are all nasty, shady tweaks. Yeah, gay men are they are sassy. They do get sassy. Okay? And they tend to how shall I say this? They tend to take notes. They tend to want to like one up and read with each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing I do admire about the gay men is that you like but they know not to get too sassy with me. You see what I'm saying? They absolutely know not to get too sassy with me because I would not. I don't put up with that. Not at all. So, they're witty and I steal the F out of that F for real. Yeah. And then they're funny. And I don't try to be, when I'm angry, I'm not necessarily trying to be funny, right? So, but sometimes it does come out funny. It just does. Sometimes it does come out funny, but I'm not trying to be funny, if it makes sense. But anyway, all right, guys. So I'm going to, who you saying? I know you're not saying gay men suck. Who you saying suck? They use figurative language when they insult. I know. I know. Sailor, who you saying suck? Hold on. I gotta see if I gotta get in somebody's ass or not. Because you know I'm not gonna let you talk about. Answer my question, I'm gonna ban your ass. Who are you saying suck? I know you're not talking about gay men. I hate. It was a weak pun. Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad you dialed that back. Because y'all know I don't like that. So anyway, what was I about to say? Anyway, yeah. So guys, I'm going to go and I will I had an announcement. Oh, it doesn't matter. I will see you guys on I think I'm gonna have another video uploaded either tomorrow or Monday. Okay. So I'm going to thank you guys so much for being in the comments section and watching it and this, that, and the other. So I'm going to get back into like uploading the videos on a regular basis. Okay. All right. Love you guys. I will see you on Wednesday, I think is the next live stream. And y'all see you in the comments on Wednesday. Okay. Love ya. Mean it.